Good morning friends, myself Kanchan Paute. Welcome. Uh, Today we will see a data analytics with RVK machine learning. Okay, that's why in previous lecture I explained about the practicals of R programming. Okay, just install R program. Okay, R program for Windows. Afterward you have to run all those practicals which mentioned in the previous lecture. Okay, these are the slips provided by the SPPU Pune University. Okay, this I taught 16 and remaining steps I will send you later. Okay, just copy that code, otherwise type that code onto the R console. Okay, and just click enter. Uh, that will give a output. Okay, now today we will see a chapter number 4, that is nothing but the data analytics with R Veka machine learning. Okay, means why we have to study this uh, that is data analytics with R Veka machine learning. See here, there are some objectives. Okay, to understand the data manipulation. Okay, means how the operations performed on the data that can be understood with the help of this R Veka machine learning, and to understand the data visualization. Okay, to understand the data visualization purpose. Okay, we have to study this. Okay, and this is a second objective of the RVK machine learning, to understand the data visualization purpose and to know the concept of data analysis. Okay, to analysis that organized data, and means why we have to study the objective of main data analytics is nothing but the data manipulation purpose, data visualization purpose and data analysis purpose. We have to study this RVK learning. Let me see introduction of this data analytics. Data analytics is the science of examining raw data to conclude that information. Okay, means raw data and conclude that the information. Data analytics involves applying an algorithmic or mechanical process. Means data analytics involves uh, applying of algorithmic is equal by step process. Okay, and a mechanical process. Okay, to derive insight. For examples, running through the several data sets to look for um, look for meaning. Okay, meaningful or correctness between each other. Okay, after we will see a R language. Okay, uh, R language. Okay, we will use R for our data analysis. Okay, so we need to know the basics of programming. Okay, the R language. Okay, we will use R for our data analysis, so we need to know the basics of programming the R language. Okay, we know all because we done the practicals on R. I hope you all watched the previous video. Okay, where I taught slips. Okay, practicals of that slips provided by SPPU University. Okay, uh, I taught there so many R programming practicals. Okay, now see here, R is a full programming language with both functional programming and object-oriented programming features. Okay, that's why it is a full programming language. The typical data analysis workflows look like this. Okay, collect your data and put it in a figure. Okay, of spreadsheet or database. Okay, to make a spreadsheet or database of our collected data. Okay, then you will run some analysis written in various scripts. Okay, or spreadsheets or database. Okay, then you run some analyze written in various script. Okay, and perhaps saving some intermediate results. Okay, along the way, or maybe always working on that raw data. Okay, is an integrated suite of software facility of data manipulation, calculation and graphical display. Okay, means we can perform a data manipulation means we can perform action on data, that is delete, insert, update. Okay, that is nothing but the data manipulation. After we calculate that data and we can represent that data graphically. Okay, it includes an effective data handling and storage facility. Okay, and a suite of operators for calculating on arrays in particular matrices. Okay, in previous lecture we make the practicals calculate the maximum numbers and minimum numbers of the given vectors. Okay, this is possible in R programming. Now here we get a scatter. See here in this graph the scatter points are here and there points are scattered. Okay, here we get a scattered or dot plot. Okay, where we can observe there are only 6 cars with miles per gallon. Okay, more than 25. To find the relation between HP, that is horsepower, and MPG, miles per gallon, plot the empty car shape, empty cars. Okay, x lap is equal to horsepower, means on x axis horsepower is there. Okay, see here horsepower, and on y axis this is there are two coordinates, x coordinate and y coordinate. On x coordinate horsepower is displayed, and on y coordinate the car speed, that is nothing but the car speeds in miles per gallon. Okay, will be shown. Okay, y is equal to mile, y lap is equal to mile per gallon, color is equal to blue. Okay, type is equal to H. Okay, histogram. See here, this is a histogram. Okay, use of plot for line chart. Hmm? Here on x-axis horsepower and on y-axis um, miles per gallon of car that can be displayed. Okay, this is a graph. Next, see a bar plot. About a bar plot, why we use bar plot? It is used to represent data in the form of rectangular bars. Okay, bar plot is used to represent a data in a form of rectangular bars. Okay, both in vertical and horizontal waves, and length of bar is proportional to the value of the variable. Okay, bar plot can be created in R using the bar plot functions. We can supply a vector or um, matrix. Okay, vector or matrix to this function. Okay, if we supply vector, the plot will have a bars with their heights, okay, equal to the elements of vectors. See here with the help of example, to draw a bar plot of HP. Okay, horizontal. Okay, bar plot, cars, horsepower, column is equal to horizontal true, horizontal false. See here, this is a bar plot, horsepower, horizontal bar plot. Okay, now join. See here next, join function. Why we use join function in data R programming? See here, it is used to join the two data frames. Okay, for joining means with the help of df we created a data frames. Okay, if in our database there are two data frames, to connect these two data frames or to join these two data frames, we use a join function. Okay, it is used to join two data frames, join function. Let me see detail about this join function. Currently dplyr supports four types of okay, four types of mutating joins and two types of filtering joins. Let me see, and nested joins also. First of all, we will see about what is meant by mutating joins. Okay, mutating joins combines a variable from two data frames x and y. Okay, x and y, these are the variables of two data frames. Okay, mutating joins can combine the variables. Okay, present in both the frames. And inner join returns all rows from x where there are matching value in y. Okay, means this inner join can returns all the rows from x where there are matching value in y. Means with the help of inner join we can return the matching value of both the tables or both the data frames. That is, means with the help of inner join we can uh, returns the, or we can get output of same value present in the both the data frames. Okay, means matching value uh, in y and all columns from x and y. Okay, if there are multiple matches between x and y, all combination of the matches are returns. Okay, after we will see left join return all rows from x and all columns from x and y. Okay, left join returns all the rows from x and also matching value which are present in x and y rows. In x with no match in y will have any value. Okay, in the new columns. If there are multiple matches between x and y, all combines of the matches are returns. Okay, right join returns all the rows from y and all columns from x and y rows in y. Okay, with no match in x will have any values. Okay, in the new columns if there are multiple matches between x and y, all combination of the matches are returned. Okay, means whatever in right, all values present in right columns also return, and the matching values which are present in both the data frames x and y, that also return. Okay, in the right join. After we will see a next join type, something with the full join. Okay, returns all rows and all columns from both the x and y where there are no matching values returns for the one missings. Okay, means full join returns, okay, all the columns from both an x y axis where there are no matching value returns any for the one missing. Okay, now we will see a filtering join. Okay, uh, in um, in mutating joins or mutating joins we see a inner join, left join, right join, full joins. Okay, and let me see a next type of join, that is nothing but the filtering join. Filtering join keeps cases from the left hand data frames. Okay, that is semi join. In filtering joins, semi join and anti join, these are the types of filtering join. And in mutating joins, um, inner join, left join, right join, and full join. Okay, inner join returns the all the rows from x where there are matching value in y. Okay, and left join all the values of left and matching value of right, and right join all the value of rights and matching value of left, and full join returns only a matching value of left and right uh, columns. Okay, from the both x and y. Okay, now we will see a filtering join, semi join. Okay, semi join returns all the rows from x where there are matching values in y. Okay, keeping just column from x. The semi join differ uh, from an inner join because an inner join will returns one row of x for each matching row of y. Okay, where a semi join will never duplicate rows of x. Okay, Now next is nothing but the anti-join. Anti-join returns all rows from X where there are not matching value in Y, keeping just column from X. Means anti-join returns all the rows from X where there are not matching value in Y, keeping just column from X. Now next is nothing but the nesting join. Nesting joins create a list column of data frames. Okay, net join returns all rows and all columns from X, adds a uh, first column of table. Okay, each tuple uh, each table contains all the rows from Y that match that row of X. Okay, when there is no match, the list column is a zero row table with the same column name and type as Y. See here, this is a syntax for inner join X Y by. Okay, left join X Y by and right join X Y by is equal to, and full join semi join X Y by is equal to anti join, and where X Y dataset or table to merge or join. Okay, by common variable primary key to join by. Okay, given input x is equal to x1 up to xn, the goal is to predict a response or output variable y. Each member of the set x y up to xn is called as input variables. Okay, the prediction can be achieved by constructing a decision tree with test points and branches. Okay, at each test points a decision is made to pick a specific branch and traverse down the tree. Okay, eventually a final point is reached and a prediction can be made. Each test point in a decision tree involves testing a particular input variables or attributes, and each branch represents the decision being made. Okay, due to its flexibility and easy visualization, decision trees are commonly deployed in the data mining applications. Okay, for classification purpose. Okay, the input value of decision tree can be categorized or continuous. Okay, whatever input values are there, in decision tree, that are um, categorical or continuous. Okay, a decision tree employs a structure of test points called nodes and branches which represents the decision being made. A node without further branches is called as a leaf node. Okay, we know that. See here, a root node and decision node, these are again a root node, and terminal node, these are the leaf node or terminal node. In some implementation they return a probability score. A decision tree can convert it into a set of decision rules. Okay, see here, this is a decision tree. We already studied about this decision tree. Okay, root node, splitting, decision node, terminal node. Okay, this is all about the data analytics. Okay, now we will see Weka contains tool for data pre-processing, classification. Okay, clustering, association rules and visualization. It also well suited for sorry describing new machine learning schemes. Now we'll see installation on Windows. How to install this RWeka on Windows. On Windows, the all-in-one versions of Weka is provided is a self-extracting executable. Okay, you must choose whether you would like the 32-bit version of the package, of this version of the package. If you have modern version of Windows, you should select the 64-bit version. Okay, on the Weka download web page. Okay, this package are called self-extracting executable for 64-bit Windows that include Oracle 64-bit. Okay, Java self-extracting executable for 32-bit Windows that includes Oracle 32-bit Java. Okay, the download is about 100 megabytes. Means for download of this are required 100 MB space in our memory. After you have downloaded the package, double click on the icon to start the installation process. Follow the prompts for installation and Weka will be added to your program menu. Okay, start Weka by clicking on the bird icon. Okay, this is a see a Weka. This is a logo of Weka. Okay, now we'll see installation process of ours. Install Weka on Linux and other platform also possible, but we have to install our Weka on Windows operating system only. Okay, Weka also provides a standalone versions that you can install on Linux and other platforms. Okay, download the zip, and this is for example Java jar weka.jar. This is on Linux command. This is okay, but we have to install Weka on a Windows operating system only. Following the original definition by Agrawal. See here, let I is equal to I1, I2, IN be a set of binary attributes called items, and D is equal to T1, T2, T3 be a set of transaction called database. Okay, items and database. Each transaction in D has a unique transaction ID and contains a subsets of the items in I. A rule is defined as an implication of the form x gives y, where xy belongs to I. X intersection y is equal to null. Okay, x gives y sigma x union y upon n, sigma x union y upon sigma x. Okay, an example rule for the supermarket could be butter, bread or milk. Means supermarket database with 5 transactions and 5 items. Okay, when a customer coming for purchase a butter and bread, then this also can purchase a milk. Okay, this is a data. Transaction ID 1 to 5 are there. Milk 1 1, bread 1 1, okay, butter 1 1 1, juice. Okay, useful concepts of association rule mining. Okay, next point is useful concept of association rule mining. In order to select interesting rules among all existing ones, many constraints are applied. There are certain important concepts related to associative rule learning such as support, confidence and lift. Okay, let X be an atom set. X gives Y is association rules and T is set of transaction of a given database. Let me see. This is a support. Okay, support of X. Okay, with the help of this formula we calculate the support. Now see here, these are the elements of Weka. Okay, we also know the how to create a R script. Okay, on just install R programming console and type code on that. R. This can create a script. Now see interaction with Weka. Okay, see here there are raw data and we can preprocessors are there, means like C, C++, hash define. Okay, hash include conio.h and hash include stdio.h. These are the preprocessors. Preprocessors means already some programs can be executed and stored into the library. Okay, library of any programming language, particular programming language, that is called as a preprocessors. Okay, and afterward see here this raw data can be classified, or preprocessor can be classified, cluster and associate attribute selections. Okay, in classify linear regressions and logistic regressions, supports vector machines, decision tree, random and naive Bayes algorithms are there in classification. And cluster, okay, simple means and filter clusters and hierarchical clusters are there, and in association a priori and fitted association and FV growths are there, and in attribute selections classifier subsets, okay, subset evaluation and principles of components are there, okay, and this is a visualization output parts gives a visualization, okay. Now we'll see what is VECA, okay. VECA is a collection of machine learning algorithms, okay. In previous lecture we will see about k-nearest algorithms, naive Bayes algorithms, okay, and different so many algorithms and decision trees, okay. These all are collected in a VECA, okay. What is meant by VECA? VECA is nothing but the collection of machine learning algorithms, okay, for data mining task, okay. The algorithm can either be applied directly to a data sets or called from your Java, okay. Now see priori algorithms, okay. I already explained in previous lecture about this a priori algorithms. Now we'll see a notation of uprights. Ik and ck, okay. Set of large k item sets, okay, those with minimum supports. Each remember of these sets has two fields, that is item set and support count. And ck represents set of candidate key items, that is potentially large item sets. Each member of these sets has two fields, that is item set and support count. This is a priori algorithm, okay. The priori algorithm shows here. In step 1 L1 is equal to large 1 item sets, and in step 2 for k is equal to 2 lk minus 1, that is not is equal to null k plus plus to begin, okay. And filter functions is there. This already we studied. Source and console terminals, okay. Environmental history, files or plots or package help. After we studied this cluster analysis in previous lecture, okay. And applications of, now we will see application of association rule mining in detail, okay. The main application of association rule mining, that is basket data analysis, okay, is to analyze the association of purchased item in a single basket or a single purchase. For example, peanut butter and jelly are often bought together because a lot of people like make sandwich, that's why, okay. Cross marketing, okay, sorry. Cross marketing is to work with other business, okay, that complement your own, uh, not competitors. For example, vehicle dealership and manufacturers have a cross marketing campaigns with oil and gas campaigns for obvious reasons, okay. Now we see a catalog decision. The selection of item in a business catalog are often designed to complement each other, okay, so that buying one items will lead to the buying of another. So these items are often complements or very related. Association rule mining discovers strong association or correction relationship among data. Association rule learning is a rule based machine learning methods for discovering, okay, discovering interesting relations between variables in large database, okay. It is intended to identify a strong rules discovered in a database using some measures of interestingness. Now we'll see useful concepts of association rule in mindly, okay. In order to select interesting rules among all existing ones, many constraints are applied. There are certain important concepts related to associative rule learning, such as support or confidence and lift. let X be an atoms, X gives Y, an association rule, and T is set of transaction given data set database. Now we'll see this support. This is a formula for support. Support of X is equal to, okay, P belongs to T, X belongs to T, and upon T. Okay, in the example data set, the atom X is equal to juice sauce has support 1/5.2. Okay, since occurs in 20% of all transactions, the arguments of support is set of preconditions and thus becomes more restrictive as it grows instead of more inclusive. Okay, after we study this a priori algorithms and cluster analysis already done in previous lectures. Okay, and at the time of article I shown how to create a data sets and how to implement here. See here, this table, this is a table, serial number, sepal length, sepal width, petal length, these are the outputs. Okay, we shown in R. See here, this hyphen is used to hide a particular column, that is elected, or see here, select with the help of select function iris sepal length. Here sepal length is hide, sepal width. Hyphen is used to hide a particular columns. Okay, suppose if we do not want to show the particular columns, then the hyphen is used to hide that column. Support is useful for data sets. Okay, now in this today we will see details about this RVK. Okay, this is our last chapter in big data. Now there are some 14 practicals are remain. Okay, I explained about some slips. Okay, just to practice of that all slips. If you are having a laptop or computer, just install R program and executes the practicals, okay, which are provided in the previous lecture. I already explained about this a priori algorithms in previous lecture. Just watch the previous lecture video. Now interaction with R. Today we'll see how to interact with R Veka. Okay, Veka is an open source software. Okay, provide tools for data pre-processing, implementation of several machine learning algorithms and visualization purpose tools. Okay, that we can develop machine learning techniques and apply them in a real world data mining problems. Now see here, we are creating a R scripts. Okay, you can open a new empty script by clicking the new file icon in the upper left of the main. See here how to create a R script. Okay, for creating a R script we have to open a new, okay, from file, and you can select several different file types. Okay, we are interested in the R script and R markdown types. The former type is a file type for R code, while the latter type is used for creating reports where numerations text is mixed with R code. Okay, and this is a logo of Veka. Okay, now remaining part we will study into the next lecture. Okay, Today we will see about RVK, okay, data analytics with RVK, okay. This is a data analytics with Veka machine learning. Objectives of this is nothing but a data manipulation purpose and data visualization purpose and data analysis purpose. This RVK can be used, okay. If you are having any doubt, like this way we are completed the syllabus of big data. If you are having any doubt, just write into the comment box, okay. Now in next lecture we will see a practical, okay. Thank you.